Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to part 11 of University Life. And if you are returning, welcome back. And I have Solomon working on editing his term paper that he needs to do for today's, well, it's for today's class, but it doesn't have to be done for today. But essentially, it has to be done, his last day of term is Thursday, so he has to have it done before then. And I think I was holding off, I had heard that if you get it done too early, some people are having problems and getting bad grades. But so far, knock on wood, my Sims have been okay. Even they've done all their work and they've gotten decent grades as a result of it. But I am hearing some people aren't having that. So let's hope it keeps it up, that they continue to have luck. Or in this case, it's only Solomon. But of course, we are planning on having Dominick join enroll in university too, but I was wanting him to start on a Thursday, so I'm going to have him register on the Wednesday instead. So let's just go a little bit. Oh, Dominick did a masterpiece. Is that worth a lot, Dominick? That's what matters. That's a good amount. We'll have to have another yard sale soon. There we go. And what you doing? You're cleaning up. Okay, well, you can do that. I guess we could have you do a freelance gig since you're not working yet instead. And let's check your needs. Of course, we had Dominick become a spellcaster because I found it more, it's not as important for him because he's not in the district. But if he's going to go do things like tutoring and the other thing that we want him to do, tutoring and actually attending lectures, that comes first. It's quicker for him to have a broom and be able to fly over, because he'll do that in this neighborhood. Now, speaking of magic, does he even have a broom? Okay, so he is done with his. It's as good as it's going to get. And Dominick, I think, is getting tipped there. So Solomon, why don't we come here and have you submit that paper, because it is outstanding, so it's as good as it's going to get. And let's just do that. And where did you go? Because I'd like you to scrubberoo yourself somewhat soon. Perhaps before we do that, we will rally the troops, because I see you're just a little bit hungry, and of course I'm struggling. That's always seems to be lower than the other things. So he may have a steel bladder. I cannot remember. Yes, he does. So that's why that is. Though if they drink, that still will affect their steel bladder. They'll still, and that is normal. We can't repario that. Oh, he broke that. Computer. I'm going to have to fix that. We're going to put that in there. And yeah, so he's actually on the tutoring of students, but it's Dominick who hasn't even got that far. So let's go look at Nerd Brain. And he has fixed or upgraded his things that he needed to do. So I'm going to put him back onto the academic and take a look at his handiness skill. It's max. So because it's max, I'm actually going to, assuming he has ability to repario, which he does, I'm going to repario it to help him work with his magic. And let's just keep an eye on the little ball there. I thought I asked him to. Maybe he wasn't successful. I'm almost afraid to have him scrubberoo himself in case I had asked him, because they can get cursed if they fail. And since I wasn't paying close enough attention. Oh, this needs to be clean too. Let's see. His charge is getting up. Why don't we magic scrubberoo that? Maybe I'm pushing it. Did it work? It did. Looks like it did. So we're done. We're not going to do any more magic, because look at that. It's pretty high. We don't really want to get it any more charged. We can. Does he have the ability to discharge his magic? Yes, he does. Yes. So we may as well just discharge. I know they might have better. Spellcasting is more powerful, but there's the suggest chance is slightly decreased, and there's a possibility of becoming cursed. So we're going to discharge it. Not that he needs to, because he's not really doing anything anyways, but let's also come here and club gatherings, rally the troops. And I did look at his what he needs to do, and he needs to go to office hours, which we can try. Oh, it's going to reset anyways at Tuesday morning, so we can't do that because it doesn't go to like, I think it's 11 to 4 or something like that. It says on here 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. So it'll reset before that happens. So I think I'm going to have him do his homework that he has to do. And he's got all the other homework done, but he has that one left. And Dominick, you are not really doing anything very useful. So why don't we breed a frog? And actually, why don't we check for a gig? Why don't we look here under work and check for gigs since we're not enrolling in university today for you. And he has this orb of the skull, which is rare. But again, they don't actually have that much money. So they do need to pay a little bit of attention to that. So this one is requires writing level 7, and it's pretty good pay. So let's see if there's anything else that's like equally good, but that so far it looks like it's for his skill level the best thing he's going to get. So we're going to write for a famous fantasy series. And since we're going to do that, I'm going to put him onto the best-selling author aspiration because he has never written a book. He is very high, very, very high. Where are you anyways? You're up here. I guess you should maybe talk to Fidget, give Fidget some attention, and then you should go cloud gaze. Not that you, and we have like books here. Cooking level 2, violin level 2, guitar level 2, baking level 1, and there's a note. We're going to ignore the note. This is going to make him upset. There's no point watching it. Reading it. There's no point reading it. So we're going to come here and Freelancer. I guess we will chat with clients. Sometimes that can make them stressed or whatever. And sometimes it can be good. It can be bad. But we're going to sometimes, so I often don't even do it till after. I don't do it right away. I do it later. So my Solomon, you're energized from your active trait. And you will have to study when you get home because you have 2 exams tomorrow, and that's going to be your last class, essentially. For that, I should say. You do have another class. You haven't even had any classes for Up and Atom. Today is your first class, but you only have 2 classes. And you've already submitted. Maybe I was not going to submit it till after he went to his class, but oh well, I've done it. So hopefully he does well. So, yep, we're just doing our homework, and his class is soon. It's in 3 hours, but he has time to go to office hours if that's something that comes up on the tasks when it resets. So, and there we go. We have, again, we need to complete homework, which he just did, and he's going to stretch. I'm going to just put this in the garbage. Study for 2 hours, which I don't think he has time to do before his class. Probably not, because I know it's saying 2 hours, but it's not really a full 2 hours. And since he's in the neighborhood, he's probably, I mean, if it goes as it's supposed to go, he'll go an hour early, because that's what usually happens when they live in the neighborhood, because they expect that you're walking, and that is going to take you an hour to get there, which is a long time, I'd have to say. You think if you're living in the campus or the neighborhood, you're not an hour from class. You're like 10, 15 minutes maybe from class. So it's a little bit excessive, the length of time. But maybe that's just based on my own experience with the university that I went to. And I also attended some other classes at other universities when I was younger. And yeah, that wasn't that big that it took that long to get there. So he's doing that. He's painting. Okay, you're not supposed to be painting right now. You're supposed to be writing your... I'm going to pause this. Why are you not at class? Why are you late for class? You're supposed to be at class. I'm not going to go fast right now. I'll just let him paint. Why did it take you so long to get to your class? You're still not at your class. Where are you? Oh, you're doing this thing where you don't go. That I find very frustrating, because being late for class is like he only has 2 classes. And being late for class is really a bad thing, and you can't control that. They're late because they go back and forth and do weird things and don't go when they're supposed to. So, since you chose to paint, let's take you off of this aspiration. And he did it. The game just not responding. Anyways, I guess we won't take you off the aspiration. But, it's still good that you got a masterpiece. We're going to have you write that fantasy book, I'm pretty sure is what you had to do. Fantasy, which is level 7. It makes sense. Yes, it is. And it's not worth that much, but it's still worth enough that we will sell it on the street gallery in a yard sale. So he's going to write. Of course, Dominick or Solomon is at his class, which is his only class today. The other are tomorrow. So I'll be back when he is back. So I had him actually go to his visiting office hours after he did his class. Of course, his message for the class wasn't so good because it was just I've seen worse when my Sims have been late because of issues like this. So he got this one, which is the middle message. And this is what he got for his course grade status. You want to know how you're doing in wiring and flower arranging course. You're a stellar student and have one of the highest grades in my class. I wish more of my students were as committed as you were to mastering the material. And of course, he needs to do that for this. But he does need some fun. So we're going to send him home and let him I was going to have him do some tutoring, but I think he needs to have some fun first. And Dominick is doing his writing over here. And maybe what we'll have him do before he actually does something fun is we'll have him rally the troops, and then we will have him... Oh, he needs some fun, but I don't know that I want to spend a lot of time with him having fun because he's going to get it up here with when he does this. But for now, we'll let him play. I'll play a little bit of the game with him, and hopefully he did actually rally the troops. It doesn't look like he did. Maybe he did. No, we're not playing ping pong. Please just do what I ask you to do. The ping pong is not an efficient way to make you have fun. So let's come here and... Okay. I was going to reset them, but it looks like just a bit of a lag, and now they're fine. So we're going to just watch. I'm going to watch and try and see that he gets his fun up. And then let me take a look at he has, of course, the flower arranging for sure, and the rocket science and the robotics. And I just want to check his skills. So his rocket science is at 7, his flower arranging is at 5, and his robotics is at 9. So it's almost maxed. And no, we're not going to take that call because you're just going to make us playful, and we don't like that. Or at least I don't like that. So I think you probably have had enough fun. So we are going to study for flower arranging to start with. And that will get us our 2 hours that we need to do here. And then we will have him do his homework, and he'll be done with his Brainiacs tasks very simply. And of course, we'll just have him work from home, or I'll try with his club, his esports. And he's only level 2. I need to get him to level 4, and then at which point I'll probably have him quit because it takes too long. I'd rather him be a freelancer or something like that. That actually makes some money and doesn't take as long. So look at Dominick is already level 9. This is his first book. He'll have written. And I don't know why. Oh, because it broke. Okay. Magic. Yeah, you can only inferniate. What is your handiness skill anyways, my dear? High enough that you can repair this. There you go. Level 5 is good. Let's get you going. There we go. You may as well scavenge for parts. And then we're going to have you resume. You can't actually resume it from there, so we'll actually just have you resume it from the writing menu there. So he's essentially going to write. I can't have him enroll until tomorrow. And I'll be back and show that. And I'm just going to have Solomon do his tasks for the Brainiac. So I'll be back. Dominick finished writing his book, and we're going to have him send it to the client for approval. And he got paid. They liked it. So that worked out well. And he is so confident. He's going to be confident only for 22 more minutes. And he's only inspired for 35 minutes, so that's not long enough. Why don't we have you bow for inspiration, or bow for information, however you pronounce that, and get him inspired, and we'll just have him write something on his own now. Now he's confident from the writing. So much for that. I think I will just skip that then and have him go back to writing. Oh, he got some painting, I should say. We're going to do landscape painting. And this person, you kind of need to clean up a little bit and all that fun stuff. So let's take a look here. You have studied for your 2 hours. So go do your homework, and then we're going to have you do your play with the team. And you have until, I think it's pretty late that you can do that, till 12 a.m. So you have quite a long window, and you have to start before then. Though the only downside of doing it like this is if the computer breaks and it was after midnight but not finished, it wouldn't really register. So how you doing now? How was that painting? You're cleaning up. How was what's the value on that? Not very much. Why don't you just... Do we want you to get famous? What is your fame? Oh, you have a little bit of fame. So why don't we don't know who you are. Oh, you're a potential roommate. Did we actually still need some... I didn't know we still needed roommates. I thought we were maxed when it came to roommates, but perhaps we're not. And what are your traits? Lazy, goofball, and creative. Well, I guess there are worse things. Are you a potential? No, you're not. You're just someone who's in our house. So let's do a cheerful introduction and find out what you're doing here and what your traits are. Oh, he's okay. And what are you? You're our roommate. So I guess we could accept his new roommate. There are worse things. And why don't we come here and rally the troops? Because you're getting hungry and you're also getting dirty. So do you have the ability to scrubberoo yourself? You can practice. You mustn't have learned anything when we were there. The roommate ad has been taken down. Yeah, we're not going to take a chance right now. We want you to start university soon. We don't want to take a chance of you getting cursed. Look how dirty you are. Oh my goodness. Solomon, are you done almost your homework? Looks like you're done. But you really have to play your game. And we have food coming in. Masada brought some food. Oh, we learned something. Fishing, we're going to put that in here, and you're having that shower. So he's playing his game, and I think what I'm going to do is have a yard sale, but I don't want to, I'll just like show it afterwards, any of the points where they sold something, because it takes too long. So I will be back when that's done. Solomon has gone for his first of the 2 exams, and we did have a message while we did the street sale, which I'll show. We sold all 4 pictures. I'll show that there. From Masato, that he was uncomfortable. He could barely meet his needs, which he was very dirty and everything. So I don't know why. We do have like enough showers in the house. And while they're not like the most expensive showers, they're decent showers, and they're the same ones we have in all the rooms, even the one that's locked and no one can get to. But we thanked him a couple of times for cleaning. He looks like he's in better shape. And we then got a pop-up saying, feeling better about the situation. I feel like I'm able to handle my life now. Thanks for providing. I did add a few dressers in the room upstairs just to make sure there was room for stuff. So we will share ideas and brighten day. And discuss logic puzzles. It's getting to the point where I can and he's at an exam, so we can't really do anything. I mean, I'm not going to cheat on the exam. So we can't do anything, essentially. So I'm hoping if we sort of talk to Masato a little, I mean, he says he's already feeling better, so that's a good thing, that he'll, do better. And Rory, why are you sleeping down here? I don't really understand it. So I'm going to actually have him, now that classes have started for the day, I'm going to have him enroll in university because that was what I really wanted to do with him. So I was just waiting. I wanted him to start on Thursday. So he's going to be off from his brother, but he would have been off anyways if he would have started earlier regardless. And so we shall see. So he's finally here at the computer. And here we go. University of Britechester is what he wants to do. And I think I will put him in, not art history. I think we'll do a fine art distinguished degree for Master of the Real, possibly, or he could be a floral designer. So we're going to have him do 3 classes a term. So 2 core classes and 1 elective. He's going to learn archaeology. That's a skill I quite like my Sims to learn, because even if you don't actually go exploring, so this is kind of nice because we can learn it easier without going exploring. Once you get to level 9, you get sent artifacts in the mail. You can analyze them and get paid when you send them back. So we're going to have him, of course, he's going to stay where he is. And he has a few scholarships, and he will have no cost. And he actually made a little bit of money. Not a lot, but a little bit. So he has a class in 2 days, which is tomorrow, which is give a presentation, and then his other. So he has 2 classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and 1 class on Tuesdays. He has to give a presentation, obviously, for that, and that's for painting, and then another one for painting, and the archaeology are just exams. But we're going to actually leave that. We're actually going to leave this part here. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos of challenge, let's plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much.